Another day, another boss challenge. And this one's gonna sound wild, but I'm gonna attempt it anyways, although when does a boss challenge for me never ever not sound wild? Basically, I want to see if it's possible to beat a boss with a 0/0/0 tower doing a majority of the damage. So just super buff that one. Can it beat all 5 tiers of a Bloonarius? Bloonarius is like the de facto punching bag. It's not my fault that he's the easiest of them all. Now that said, you're probably wondering, what 0/0/0 tower am I going to do this with? Because there's multiple options that all sound pretty decent. For one, I could do the Super Monkey. The Super Monkey is the strongest base tower, and I did that for my 2 million pops run. Check that out if you didn't. But is that actually the best for talking about a boss where you have more money to work with, and thus you can probably try some crazier things? Well, I think you can see where I'm leading. No. I actually believe the best tower is either Ninja or Druid, because you can total transform them, and they receive buffs from their Pop Lust and or Shinobi. And I think because building 5 Pop Lust is easier and cheaper than 20 Shinobis, and it takes up less space, Druid will be the play. It being cheaper than 20 Shinobis is an important thing, because I also want this tower to 0/0 tower to beat all 5 tiers, meaning tier 1 I don't quite have infinite money. I don't know if I can actually go for the total transformation then, which means I'd have to rely on like Jerry Fire plus 5 Pop Lust to somehow see if that's enough. I mean, with normal farming methods, you actually can get a total transformation tier 1. It's just a lot of your money, and I like to avoid that if possible. Let's just go for our Druid now. It'll be somewhere centered like this. My farming is definitely subpar in this game, but I think even with that subparness, should still be able to get him like Yopolis. Yep, sell, and there we go. Easy. So first things first, you know I'm all about the greed, so let me actually go for a BRF first. After all, there's still a lot of time for Bloonarius to actually get in the range of this Druid. Is this also placed a little bit too high? No, I think it's fine. You can always Chinook it later. Also, mow up here. Just gotta do a little bit of turreting. Well, you probably already tell already that range is gonna be a massive problem with this thingy. Look how pathetic that is. Best I can do is an outbuff. Even a tier 4 one doesn't make it all the way, right? No, still a lot of way to go. Maybe I should, like... I'm gonna be greedy here. I hope that's not a mistake, but I think there's plenty of time to still get 5 Pop Lust stacks here. Also, Fertilizer. I'll do Jerry Fire once we actually start doing damage. Avoiding pops is inevitable, but I'll try my best to minimize it just by not even cross-pathing the Pop Lust either. Okay, 4 stacks, and there it is. 5 stacks officially. Take a look at that insane damage, guys, on Bloonarius. Wow. I mean, look at that, like a whopping 80 DPS. What a powerhouse this 0/0/0 Druid is. The damage from everything else is adding up, but it does look like over 50% of the damage is at least going on this thing, and with Jerry Fire, I think that's, yeah, it's a pretty big chunk. I just have to hope that's enough to, the Pierce of it is enough to clean out Cerams here. Otherwise, I'm going to need to do a Maelstrom. That was close. Come on, can we get the second skull? Nice, nice. I might just glue here, and I think I will before wasting too much time. I might have used glue too late, but nope. It's all good, it's all good. Even though the Pop Lust pop counts individually, this one obviously did the most damage because it's also being outbuffed by the thingy, but all those combined still about equal the pops of the 0/0/0 Druid, so I'll allow it. In fact, come later tiers, it might be even harder for us to abide by this because, you know, True Sun God exists. How are you going to avoid a True Sun God getting pops? Well, there's no way. Again, best I can do is top left corner, but for now, these Pop Lust Druids do need to be close enough in attacking range. Also, at this point, I think I can get my flavored and start selling the farms off. Wait for it, though. Wait for it. Oh, crap. I forgot to glue. Am I going to die here? Okay, I'm not dead. But I was a little bit slow in reacting. Tier 1 Bloonarius will end up not being as hard as I thought. Let's sell before round 51 starts. And there it is. That was perfect timing. Kill right as the round ended. There's only so many support towers I can get, so frankly, I don't actually need to farm this hard. At this rate, I'm gonna have like everything I need by round 70, so let's chill. I'll just do a Wall Street to make picking up crates easier, but I think I'll stop there, and then go for Ultra Boost so I can I'll choose my main druid. In fact, don't mind if I just do that before even getting Wall Street, actually, because this is more important. Here goes nothing. We'll start Ultra Boosting the druid, and I guess now is probably a fine time to whip out the Total Transformation. In fact, if I want to get even more pops, like percentage of pops on that druid, transformation would be the greatest, because the thing is, with this, it only transforms tier 3s and below, and since pop plus are tier 4, we're only going to transform that druid, which is exactly what we want. In fact, let's just do it now, because this thing gains extra range, and you can see the damage is not terrible. A couple hundred. I reckon if I do Super Brittle and Chrome Mob, I guess I'll pull that out now. Sure. I don't think we need it, though. If we're trying to get this early, we should probably be fine progress-wise. I should probably get a mid for this. Purples are annoying. Okay. We can probably ditch the Jerry Fire, too, at this rate, I think. Let's just drop Brittle now, just to show you how much faster the damage is going to be. Yep, I can feel it. I can feel it. Super Brittle going hard right now. What's next? Probably Energizer. Although I don't know now, but Energizer would do like a lot of damage. Like to the blue inside. Seeing how we're doing right now, okay, I think we can probably just not buy anything. In fact, I probably snowballed a little bit too early, such that tier 3 and tier 4 Bloonarius are going to be a joke. I guess we're looking at the long haul then. We powered up too fast. Okay, we now 10x maxed the B Central and the Druid. Let's just go for our Sun Temple. Doing my best here to put it as far away as possible. Once I give it TSG, there should be enough range. Did I slow down my farming too much, actually? I am a bit short of my TSG. Once again, not to worry, though. I can wait one round of income, and I think that's max. Let's get it. Let's get some range on it, and still on a range, so I'll do a village. And there we go. It is reached. Let me also take this time to replace my Popula, since they have so much range now. I could put them even further away. Like, let's say over here. That works. Thou shall not damage. There is 5 stacks now. Let's just take a look. With just transformation, oh, that's a bit in range. My bad. But take a look. On strong, looking like 2,000 DPS. That's even before the Super Riddle isn't reached to start doing damage. I'll go ahead and replace this a little bit higher up, I guess. Right, it's because it's in range of the TSG now. That's why it's doing all that damage. Here's good, though. I think while I'm here, I might as well also go for the Perma Brew. Let me just try to get it outside of range so that it doesn't touch the druids over here. That's good. You might not consider this damage fair, but it is still a 0/0/0 after all. And trust me, I think I did a quick test run if I couldn't transform, and it was awful. Doesn't even look close to possible, but I'd love to be proven wrong if this is actually doable without transformation. I just don't see it. Let's move the Hebrew over here. And this will be a very quick kill. We're still missing Homeland, Cripple Moab, Glue Storm. I think those are all the buffs that are outstanding. So we kind of have to hope that those final 3 buffs alone are enough to, well, do 10 times the damage that we did to tier 3 there. In the meantime, while the boss is away, you can still see the just the 0/0/0 Druid alone untransformed deals with these rounds. It's like the max buff series all over again, except this time we're doing it in between a boss. Pretty good range now, so we should be able to attack earlier, but I could make it even earlier by doing the following. Give it some range. Sure, why not a +1 perma damage buff while we're already here? In fact, I suppose I could just show you for fun. Let's just add everything. Chrome Mob and Blue Storm to show you how much damage we can do to Bloonarius without transforming. Just a heads up, it is going to suck. So this, and Glue Storm. And here's what we're looking at, guys. 1,000, a little over 1,000 DPS. Looking fantastic. /S. Okay, let's now show you with the Total Transformation. Okay, just about 6,000, 7,000. I probably should have turned on DPS display, but you probably get the point here. So if we can beat this before the quarter mark, then we're looking good for tier 5. There's nothing else I can really add. Actually, what I could do is I could do the Barbasaur trick on the transformation, because it's instant cooldown. So I can pretty much get permanent uptime on my transformed druid, so it doesn't even look like we'll need it. We're already halfway here. So maybe I'll save myself the trouble. Here's the final skull. And let's burst the final bit off. Now, who said 0/0/0 towers weren't viable? Anything's viable if you give it $1 million worth of buffs. Again, at downtime, you can watch in its mighty glory as the 000 Druid plows through rounds 101 to 119 here. That has got to be the best Druid I've ever seen. Here we go. So I just realized we ran out of potion, and this too. Note I've also pretty much gone all this way without Jerry Fire since tier 1, and I think I'll keep it that way, since clearly the damage on that will be minuscule compared to, well, anything else. Maybe I also shouldn't have cross-path this thingy. I just went 501 just in case it wasn't like enough DPS to keep the full immunity, but it seems like it's stealing a lot of pops away. Whoops. 500,000. Not gonna lie, probably had to do with the fact that it was stalling out the AI rounds out there. So the pop count's actually misrepresentative of how much damage it's truly doing, but yeah. The other poplets do also have about 600k, which is unavoidable DPS. Somehow I expect to do a little more damage with this. Maybe I'm not playing this out as efficiently as I should be. Right now, the transformation and the homeland abilities are out of sync. So if I really wanted to get maximum power, I'd have to buy resolve both of them, which is pretty annoying. So again, I want to see if it's possible without. We have now officially hit the 1/4 mark, so this is indeed looking to be possibly a tight finish. I'll do some light targeting at first also, just so we can clean up the bad insights that the Bloonarius is spawning. Barely enough juice. Here's halfway mark, and I believe that mark is just about halfway through the track. Actually, a little bit less than halfway through, since I think with every boss, they always start ahead of the start of the track, if you didn't know. That's why Blondes was impossible with even Bloonarius here, because they just skip like a good half the track when the map is, you know, that short. Also, yes, don't forget, don't underestimate the damage of the things that aren't supposed to do damage. That will probably help us out. We're now approaching the final million. I think this thing will probably end up short of 10 million total pops at the end, unless it could somehow steal more pops away from the AI balloon spawning, but I don't think there's enough in the tank there. Here it is, final skull. I should change it at first over here, for sure. Back on strong. Also, Brittle's out of range. How did I not realize this entire time? In fact, yeah, I barely felt the DPS decrease with Brittle out of the way there. I guess that's because we already are doing, like, I don't know, with 15 damage with the laser beam. And with about 70% of the track used, we've officially, quote-unquote, soloed Bloonarius with the 000 tower. You can see how an elite would be impossible, given that it took that long to do 3 million. So just an indicator, in case you're wondering how well this would do against elite. Well, you probably die on tier 4. That's all I'll say. GG, and review map. Take a look at the pop count. 9.5 million, and the rest of the druids and the true sun god probably like 2 million-ish. All in all, I think this performed better than I expected. And if you have any other wacky boss ideas, then let me know down below. Until then, if you enjoy these kind of 000 tower showcases, then check out this one where I did a 2 million pops challenge with a 000 tower that was actually like 10 times more difficult. Or how about the 000 Dark Monkey 1 million pops? Also a banger. But yeah, that's it. See you guys.